So, good morning. It's Big Hairy Mike with a big, powerful beard. This is starting to get pretty thick now, but I think I will leave it for the winter. It actually make you feel a little bit warmer in the winter. So, yeah. So, a sip of coffee from the senorita in the morning. A sip of coffee for the working man. Yeah. So it's me just watching news. See here. What are the news saying? Yeah, it's saying lots of pollution in Swedish oceans. And the difference in the Swedish society is bigger and bigger. That means the difference between poor and rich are bigger and bigger. So the richer people moving to nicer places to live, while the poorer people are renting and living in the more not so nice place to live. Yeah, what more? Young people are vulnerable online. What's new? Nothing. People used less electricity in September. I think they start saving. You know, in Sweden it's an electric crisis. Actually, in Europe, but yeah, a different country deal with it in different ways. Like in Norway, we have a higher price, electric price than in Sweden, but the government take 50% of the bill from November to March or something like that. So it's no big deal. Swedish government calling to extra meeting because of the European situation with the war and everything. What more? In Eastern last year, it was some demonstration that went bad, so they're throwing stones at the police and things like that. They're getting a longer sentence now. What more? Some traveling company that's not following the regulations. Yeah, here is something that's interesting for you also. You know what this say? It says diesel and petrol prices in Sweden going up again. Swedish government have no money, so they need to tax it like hell and call it's Putin's fail or Corona's fail error. They blaming Putin and they're blaming everybody. But the fact is, the government need the tax money very bad. I have a good memory, almost like a photographic memory. And in 1988, 89, when the Swedish has a finance crisis, a very big one, the Swedish crown was floating free. It was just dropping, losing all worth. So, and the economic people then was saying in TV that, and in that time they didn't lie so much as they do now. They say Sweden will never recover, and it will at least take 100 years. But now nobody talks about that anymore. But I remember, so now they tax everything like hell. You would not believe the taxes in Sweden. You will not believe it. I can say, if you don't like taxes, don't go there. But yeah, this is like that. But the diesel price, 1 gallon of diesel in Sweden, if you have a truck, you know what you pay? 8.50, $8 and 50 for 1 liter, and for 1 gallon. So yeah, let that sink in. And what do you think that do with the food prices and everything? The inflation is super high, and it's getting worse because the governments continue taxing the petrol and the diesel. It's a situation like this in Norway. They do it a little bit different. Norway is a oil nation, so but it's expensive here too, but not that much. The diesel here is cheaper than in Sweden, but in Sweden the petrol is cheaper than in Norway. So you you go by the border and fill up your car if you have possibility for petrol in Sweden and for diesel in Norway. Yeah. Anyway, next news. Ah, yeah, it's uh, passport chaos in London. I get some work message. I got my Villa Lloyosa, my favorite place in Spain. Maybe my favorite place in the world. Who knows? Maybe I move there or get a flat in the future. Who knows? Who knows? Spain is fantastic. I'm frustrated. I get happy and frustrated at the same time in Spain because of the easygoing lifestyle. You get relaxed and everything, but the effective part of me thinking, why don't they do this in a better way? But enough about that. A young girl disappeared, probably kidnapped in Sweden. One guy is taken to jail or police station. What more? I got the pump. I cannot hold it like. Yeah, we do it like this. Sip of coffee for the working man. Yeah, I'm gonna go down in my garage pretty soon after this coffee and the news, and start working a little bit with the Corvette. A little bit later on the day, I'm going to a swimming house and do some cardio and sauna. Pretty nice. And here is the Wall Street, Stockholm, Frankfurt, London, Nasdaq, Tokyo, Nikkei. Yeah, there are all minus. I can tell you, if you're making money on stocks, good for you. Congratulations. I try. Don't make so much money, only losing. I'm down 30% from when I'm started, but I'm learning. So if you have some stock tips for me, please tell. Russia, don't scare us, the Ukraine president say. Biden promise airway to Ukraine. Are you happy with Biden? In Sweden, they hold him very high up because they hate Donald Trump. But I don't know. I don't know. You living with your president, so maybe you're happy with him. Putin confirms attack to cities. White Russia, Belarus joining forces with Russia. It was some bad weather in Central America. New Zealand gonna want to tax the burps and the farts from cows because of the climate. This is getting ridiculous, to say at least. So the human are the top of the food chain, but are we that smart when we using our time on this shit? The electric cars and everything like that. Is this really intelligent? Are we asking ourselves is this correct? Is it better for the climate to drive electric? Is anybody asking that? Is it possible for everybody to get an electric car? Are there material enough to make batteries in the future? If you know the answer on that, you say to yourself, no, there is not. There is only 7 million tons of cobalt in the world, and that is about enough to make a new car for every 35 car owner today. Once, and when that is finished, we have no more cobalt and no more cars. So yeah, you buy what you want, but I will drive my cars with the diesel and the V8s and the sound and everything as long as possible. But be my guest, drive your electric cars. Iran has oil strike for protest. And what more? Venezuela, some 38 people killed there. So what more? Yeah, Sweden put down their economic news sites. Yeah, that is Sweden want to save money on the news, so they put down the economic news. That is funny. Yeah, so that was the news for today. Yeah, sip of coffee for the working man. Look at this fantastic autumn with a clear sky outside. It's beautiful. Yeah, it actually is beautiful. So this week it's it is workout session is a one workout this week. That's everything I do this week. Only one workout, but it's a hard one. It's a full body, of course. But this is like I call it reload. Not because the workout is easy, but because it's only one. So this week it's more focus on cardio, more focus on the clean eating, cutting, because if you're gonna gain muscle and lose fat at the same time, you cannot do exactly the same all the way. You need to adjust up and down, up and down. Otherwise, you will lose fat or lose muscle. So it is tricky, but it's possible. Yeah. So what more this day? Yeah, in the evening I probably will do some work. Fix some trucks. I need to go to the workshop and make sure the guys are making it clean and good. I need to book some jobs for the guys for tomorrow and order some parts. Yeah, the days goes by. So you have a fantastic week, guys. Take care. Bye bye from Morning Coffee Mike.